What's up, sports freaks, and welcome to All Sports Media Team Presents Dubl episode 49. George, you see George's eyes? That was crazy.
Oh my gosh,
Episode
man. I can't wait till the
49.
big 5-0, man. The big 5-0 is coming before our eyes, Ricky.
I know it's insane. And what better person to get us going into that than someone who knows a little bit about the dramatics, a little bit about being flashy and action filled and a multi-time champion and a freaking MVP. And she just does it all.
Plays both sides of the ball.
Yes, she does. I love how you did that ventriloquist thing there, George, where you froze and talked at the same time. That was kind of cool. She's she's a superstar. It says it on her name tag. She's a superstar. She played for the Playing for Eternity League, women's league, very first year, and she's a champion. Just saying. She's also a
Team MV.
MVP, NV for the Basketball Beauties League. Also plays for the Hollywood Wonder for the WUBA, which she'll talk about as well. She graduated from Cal Lutheran University. She's a BLM advocate, and she got to be in commercials, and she has SpongeBob Nikes. We've got to talk about this and so much more. George, you're on my side. Shout out to you for being here. Thank you so much.
No problem.
But, bro, woman of the hour, we got to bring her in. Episode 49, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Defending her is not easy. We're talking about who won, the only Janelle Jay Peezy Porter. What's up, Jay Peezy?
Buddy. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome back. We love the illumination you got behind you. It's like the vibe you give off every time we see it. She's just like, it's just her, like in the movies, when they're taking that game-winning shot and it's slow motion and it's just that one person. That's the vibe I'm getting right now. Right, George? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Ricky. You're right. You hit it on the head.
Absolutely. And for you guys who don't know, we canceled Jay Peezy's show a couple weeks ago because technology was mad at us. But
technical difficulties.
Yeah, so screw you, technology. We're going to get this show in, and it's going to be good. So to you. All right, now all the immaturities out of the way for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get started. So Jay Peezy, we told you this before, but I'm going to tell you again, just for our new listeners, our new viewers, what we're going to have you do, just if you can give us a little bit of background, who you are, where you came from, basketball-wise, life-wise. Up to now, we'll bounce off of you. We'll have a lot of fun, and then we'll be able to promote a lot of your cool stuff as well. And then towards the end, me and George always have some silly questions. We'll have some fun with that. And then we'll do a quick sign off, and we're all good. All right? Awesome. As usual, on the court, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. So my name is Janelle Porter, but I go by JP. I'm from Long Beach, California originally. I'm just moved to Inglewood. I've been playing basketball since I was 4 years old, and that's really been like my only sport that I've really focused on. I've ran track, I did volleyball. It just really didn't stick to me like basketball did, mostly because my mom, everybody in my family played basketball, and they were pretty good at it too. So, I went to Cal Lutheran University on a partial scholarship. Go back to high school. I went to Long Beach Wilson. I played varsity all 4 years, and I went to Cal Lutheran after that. And now I am in the process of pursuing my dream to play overseas.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, you left out a lot of stuff, girl. You're being too humble. Stop being so humble. You also play for Basketball Beauties. You also play for WUBA. You also are P4E women's first ever P4E women's champion. Can we talk a little bit about that, please?
Yes. Okay. So,
and Ricky, we have to talk about that game winner that she played against Unwanted.
That's coming. That is so.
I did send you the video, so hopefully you got it.
Oh, that's coming. Trust me. Me and George have a little surprise for you, Pete.
I can't wait to see it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we can start with Basketball Beauties, because right after I graduated from college, that was the first league that I played in. Just because I was like, I really wasn't too serious about going pro out of college. I was kind of like, do I really want to? Like,
you want to try out the waters and stuff.
Exactly. So I was just like, they had a B league at a time. So I was like, they had the B league, Basketball Beauties League. So I joined the B league, and they saw me the first game, and they're like, well, we want you to play in the B league and the Beauties League, actually. Okay. So that was there every Saturday. and just playing 2 games every single day or every weekend, I actually ended up getting a 2-way player of the year my first season.
Nice.
For that. And then our team for the B League won the championship. Our team in the regular Beauties League, we went to the championship, but we lost to Pedal to the Metal. So that's that.
Yeah, that's why you had that chip on your shoulder on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I was actually
She's like, I don't want to talk about that.
Hey, but she had something to talk about too. So
Yeah.
at least she redeemed herself and won a basketball championship a week later.
We'll definitely talk about that as well. So, okay. Cool. So you said you were on a B team. Can you explain to the viewers what that means going into a league like that? What a B team or B league means?
So my real impression of it is just people who weren't really what I thought it was, like people who weren't sure if they really wanted to play or if they wanted to try out for the Beauties League. Because for all this, like you have to be on one of their teams. So I guess this is kind of like one of those players or one of those moments. And there were actually a few players that we know, like Christina Ellis, she plays in the Beauties League, but was also a 2-way player for them. She was really successful up there too. It's just 2 different divisions, like I would say, like competitive and recreational.
Okay, that makes sense. So people just want to get their skill out there, get their face noticed, and then maybe they get picked up kind of thing. Okay, that's cool. And that's just at the Beauties, or is there other leagues that do that as well? That
was for the other leagues, like Play for Eternity. Yes, that was my first year playing with that league, and it was actually really fun and challenging at the same time. And then the next league is the WUBA, WUBA, which is a semi-professional league that looks to put girls in professional positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like the founder, Fatima, she's really, really smart.
Shout out to her.
She's awesome. Like, she's really looking out for us. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, she really loves you guys. When we interviewed her, she was in Egypt. That's how dedicated she was. She was in Egypt at midnight and did a show with us just to promote you guys. Like, she's that awesome. So yeah, definitely the WUBA it's up and coming, and people are really excited for that coming as well. And then the Team Breonna Taylor, you guys are like a group of sisters. Like, talk to me about Team Breonna Taylor. First off, like, how'd you guys come up with the name? What does it represent to you? And then the fact to win the whole thing, how did that feel?
So we've all been playing with each other for a few years now, just like in open gym. So we kind of know each other's game, where to get the ball to. And then some of them have been friends since before, like middle school, like just growing up. So it was all like a lot of chemistry in some areas. The name, so we ended up like we put a list of names together, and it was unanimous. Like everybody wanted to put Breonna Taylor for our name. So we're like, okay, it was the easy choice for us. And even winning that championship is like, it is a lot. It's really intentional, meaningful, and just continues to push that we're going to be, no matter what kind of path we take, we lost some games we shouldn't have lost. We might have things happen. So we pushed through and we made it to the top. So I'm very proud of my team for all that.
It's all about perseverance and strength and stuff like that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I like it. You've also played out of country a couple of times, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You played out of the country a couple of times, right?
I played one time, yes.
One time, and where was that?
I went to Mexico this May, right after Single Day Mile. We had a tournament in Rosarito. And so one of my friends hit me up and was like, "You want to go?" I'm like, I think I will. Like, I don't have my passport. At the time, I didn't know, like, you don't need one to get into Rosarito. I was like, I don't think I'm going to go. Like, I don't want to, like, pay that right now. It's not really, like, in my interest. And I talked to my girlfriend, and she kind of, like, helped me push to, like, just go out there. Like, it'll be a really cool experience for you to get, like, learn about not new rules per se, but they play different. They won't call it. Oh, if you're winning by a lot, they're not going to call any fouls for you. Like, so it's just a mindset you have to be into. But we got there with my team, and we actually went undefeated, brought home the championship, and I won the MVP for that tournament.
Of course you did.
Hey, that's what, like 2 MVPs in a year? That's like 2 MVPs in like 3 or 4 months?
I think we need to change her name to Lady Kobe, because that's pretty much the vibe I get from you. I'm sorry. That's a good thing. I promise that's a good thing.
Or we should call her like the big ticket.
Oh, I like that.
Golden ticket. I love it.
Oh, golden ticket. That's
or the golden ticket.
You gotta add the gold. See, because you I can't.
You get
the golden ticket.
I can't.
No,
you
we
are
can't say
JP
JP's anymore. We have to say the golden
he's
ticket.
He's the headliner. Like you go to events and it's like, oh yeah, so and so playing so and so featuring Jay Peezy. You know, like that's the vibe I get. You know, going into your games. It's always exciting.
Thank you.
I want to backtrack really quick because I kind of missed this. You said this on the last show. You graduated from Cal Lutheran University. What was your major at Cal Lutheran?
Communications with the emphasis in film and TV.
Okay, cool. Well, okay, we got the film and TV, but what was the communications for? What was that? What did you want to push that towards?
So honestly, when I got to college, the only thing I was really interested was basketball and like being a firefighter. When I was younger, that was my main. I wanted to be a firefighter, but I didn't really like science at all. Mm-hmm. And I went through a lot of it and go to school after. I was like, I don't think I really want to do this. Mm-hmm. So something that I also like really interested. I'm like, I like the way movies, make people feel. like the way, as you can create your own vibe. I'm like, okay, that's really dope. With just visuals and some sound. Okay, let's do it. So that's how I got to that, because it's underneath communications.
Okay, yeah, and communications, I mean, I did communications too, and then I got my radio degree. Mm-hmm. But communications is ridiculous.
Same here.
It's so broad. You can do anything in communications, from excuse me, public speaking to entertainment, radio to TV, to mute, whatever, know. So that's cool. And I could totally see you doing something like that, after you hang up the shoes, doing like some public speaking or stuff with kids and stuff.
Doing like a side reporter with us for P4E, having the microphone and interviewing like the players and everything. So we need something like
the mini mic while she's playing.
Or putting a mic on her during the game, and then we see her just talk to her girls during timeouts and everything. So
those are dangerous. You pick up some gnarly stuff with those.
Yeah, I can actually relate to both of you guys, because like I did get a degree in media, so like it was part of like communications as well. So I went to school at UCR. So what you say, Jay Peezy, like I wanted to do something like not necessarily public speaking, but I wanted to do something with more on the video side, because that's something I like to do. Because like when I was younger, I recorded like basketball games for with the guys that we play like use every Saturday, because we used to have a gym. I mean, we have a gym, but we used to play like every other Saturday on Saturday night. So since everything turned over, pandemic happened, and then like a few years later, I started getting back into recording basketball videos. So that's what I'm doing now, including your league and Basketball Beauties League. So I'm just back to where I would love to do, just recording basketball videos and putting them together.
And he does a great job, unless you're a referee and you step in front of him. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna put that out there.
All right, let's not talk about that. Let's really not talk about.
Did you hear about that, Peezy? Oh, we're talking about that.
Oh, snitches get stitches.
George totally
Stop it. Stop it. Snitches get stitches.
It was great.
Snitches get stitches, man. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was. That was not me.
Are you kidding me right now, bro?
That was not me. Snitches.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I'm just
anyways, let's get back to the show.
Okay. Even the best make mistakes, George. Even the best make mistakes. It happens. But all realness, he makes killer highlight videos. If you guys are listening or watching, definitely hit up my dude George. He'll make a killer highlight video for you. He did it for Peezy. He did it for a lot of other players. All seriousness. So
I like how you segue into that and just gas me up. Good job.
Bro, that's what I do. Anyway, so let's see. Besides killing it on the court, what does Jay Peezy do for fun? Like just hobbies, hangouts? What do you do for fun?
Honestly, fun for me is always going to be basketball. So it doesn't matter if it's going to go watch basketball on TV, if I'm just going to go chill at home, if I'm going to go watch it in person, or just I like to cook. I like to work out and read. So I'm kind of like, I'm not really too much out there. Not any. It used to be like, but
yeah. Okay, I heard cook, and then I was like, Well, what's your go-to dish?
Okay. If it's going to be seafood, it has to be salmon, and it has to have either yellow rice or sweet potatoes. And then asparagus always goes good with salmon, so you just got to put it together. But if I'm gonna go like just beef, then I want steak. I love steak. My dad spoiled us with steak all the time, so it's still here and it's breaking my bank, but it's fine.
You're like, it's worth it.
But that, potatoes, and then just usually some veggie.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't eat seafood personally, so when you started talking about the steak, I was like, yes, sir. I'm feeling that.
I eat those California rolls. I love sushi, so that's the only seafood I like to
George
eat.
is the fish guy. There you go.
Kind of, but not really.
You are, but you're not really. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've talked about playing for eternity a little bit. Beauties, we kind of talked about beauties. Like how would someone go about getting into basketball beauties? Like a younger up and coming hooper who just wants to get her name out there.
Well, I definitely would first follow them just so you can see what they post, how they post, like even if you really want to be in it, because sometimes people come to the league and they think it's one thing, but it's really another. So it's always good to just do your own research on the league and, go ahead and reach out. Like you can DM them and talk to them. Like George said, they have an event today. So even if you pop up there, yourself, show what you got, meet some new people, like that's always vibe too.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Go down to Doc Weiler today. Check out at Basketball Beauties. They have some pretty cool content as well. Same question for WUBA. I mean, we love Fatima, but how would someone first off, getting a hold of Fatima, and second off, if they do, how do they get noticed going into the WUBA?
So the WUBA is definitely a lot more competitive compared to the Beauties League. So we're fighting for spots per se. So now it's like, how am I trying to put this? Basically, what I would do is I would put myself in the position to be in the best shape that I can be in. So that's one less thing that they can say about me. Like you can't say I'm not in shape. You can't say I don't work hard. You can't say I'm not a leader. You gotta make sure like your whole bag is set. You gotta make sure it's packed. Before you step into any space, you need to make sure that you have that you're organized and that you make sure that you cross your T's, you dot your I's, and you walk in there with confidence. So when it comes to playing too, you just gotta remember training keeps you focused, it keeps you confident, it keeps you in shape. So do the little things all the time, every day, so that you can continue to go to your goal.
Would you consider that, you said it was a semi-professional team last time we talked, so would you consider that like the G League of the WNBA, or is there something that's actually below that?
I would, honestly, everything else is pretty much on that level as well. So I could say something like that for sure.
Cool. So make sure you guys check out the WBA. I believe it's just at the WUBA Live, I believe it is, or something like that.
Live.
WUBA Live, yeah, WUBA Live. Awesome, and that's our girl Fatima Ahmed Bra.
Fatima.
I love you, Fati. Cool. All right, so we're talking about how awesome you are on the court, not just with the ball. You're a great teammate. You're always smiling. I don't think I've never not seen you smile on the court, which is amazing. Even when we interviewed you, well, of course you won the championship, so of course you were smiling. But you guys had the quietest celebration I've ever seen. We were like, "What are you guys doing? Pump it up! Let's go!" I mean, y'all were tired.
Yeah,
I don't know.
get hype, get hype.
I think we're all literally so focused. The very first we lost to the same team we had to play in the final. I think it just kind of pissed everybody off.
Which was the Mambacitas, okay.
Yeah, so for that whole season, we were just just get to the championship. We know we're gonna see them again. Keep going. Yeah, so it was just here, and we kind of already claimed it before we got there. We was just really talking to each other, just being confident, just building that chemistry, and we were able to pull out. They did only have 5 players, but
doesn't matter. I mean, and we shout out to the Mamacita, shout out to City Hoopers, and of course shout out to you guys as well. That tournament was awesome. That whole league was awesome. You guys are a band of sisters who put on a heck of a show every Thursday. It was super exciting to go watch, and I definitely will be back next year. You guys entertained us. I mean, we even did the play-by-play for your game. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. It was interesting. So hopefully we'll get that audio. So George, I can get that out so you guys can check that out. Okay, cool. So with everything that you do, you go all out. You have a quote on your Instagram that I really like. I'm a big quote freak. And it says, why would I switch out a dime for a penny?
Mhm.
Go for it all, right? Go all or go home, right?
Go hard,
Exactly.
go home.
Right.
And do you carry that you carry that in life as well, right? With everything that you're doing?
Yeah, so it's more like my girlfriend really actually brought this more to my attention because it's something that's always been spoken into my life, but it really hasn't been like
Mhm.
taped all and pointed at me like this is what you need to do. Like make sure like if you're gonna do something, just do it all the way. Like what's the point of doing halfway? So now it's like you want this, did this much work, and like you're
Right.
so upset not here. It's like, well, duh, like just do more work. It's
Mhm.
hard.
Of
So it's
course.
like a reality check. Like, you know, bring
Yeah.
yourself back down.
Yeah,
Refocus.
come back down. But be humble, but
Yeah.
go all out. Cool. And you mentioned the girlfriend a
That's
couple times.
life.
Do you want to give her a shout out since you mentioned her so much?
Sandra Dixon, aka a Nike change maker. You can see her in the Nike Santa Monica stores at the Grove.
Oh shoot!
Watch
Talk
out.
about that. Talk
Yeah.
about that. We
Watch out.
gotta talk about that. We
gonna
saw
get
it in your story. I'm
we're gonna
like,
get into the
what is
modeling right
going
now,
on with
George.
her?
We're gonna get into the modeling just a little bit, and then we'll see how this little connection happens. All right. All right. Good night. All right. Well, I wasn't gonna get into that right now, but what the heck? Let's we're gonna jump into that in just a minute. Just a minute, because first off, again, you always stand out. You're always super flashy, but you're not like cocky, You're humble, but you're flashy.
Well,
Well,
she's cocky inside. She just doesn't show
well,
it.
she doesn't like, you know what I mean.
I
So
know.
she
I'm
does
just
get
messing with your
excited.
head.
She does get excited. And we got a little bit of visual to prove that to y'all. And she can take any shot anywhere at any time under any pressure. This happened a couple weeks ago against Team Unwanted semi or quarterfinals, right, George? I believe it was something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe like quarterfinals. Yeah.
Finals, and you guys know Unwanted was a pretty beast of a team. So shout
Play
out
the clip, Ricky.
to on it. Oh my God, calm down! You're like a kid in a toy store. Jesus, calm down. All right, so for your guys' viewing pleasure, we're gonna go ahead and share. I said share. We're gonna go ahead and share this screen. We're gonna have a little fun with our girl Jay Peezy right here. All right, so they were down 54 to 52. What 6 seconds? I believe there was. Which people think, oh, it's not that much. That's a lifetime in basketball.
About 6 seconds.
Just like Derek Fisher, right? So
Yeah.
you never know. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit because this is going to be super loud.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, cool. Let me
We'll
go
screen
make
it.
this a big screen. Bam. All right, you guys see it okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can see it.
All right, enjoy. This is our girl, Jay Peezy. Kidding me.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
I can't.
Oh my God, George with the hashtag oh snap, hashtag Sports Center. Take us through that play, Peasy. Take us through that play. You're in the corner, you're falling fadeaway style, and you bank a three to win the game. What the heck can you not do? Like, explain to us what's going on. And then George, you can jump.
Yeah. So what was the? Oh yeah. So like before we get into that, so what was said during the timeout?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't know there was a timeout. I wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah. So like what was the play for? Was the play for you, or was it like a decoy for your teammate, or what's been said during that timeout?
That's a good question.
We did not have a play. We knew who we wanted to get the ball to, but we did not have a play. I told them that we're not about to effing lose to this team right now because we was winning this entire time. They came back. I'm like, we're not about to go out like this and have another loss. No, I'm not about to do that. So that's what we brought our team out for that beginning. And she took the ball out. We made eye contact, and all I could think about was like, okay, well, what do I normally see? Like, Kobe takes one dribble, Stephen Curry takes one dribble, sets the feet, and they shoot. I'm like, I can do that too. So I ran the corner. She threw the perfect pass straight ahead of me. I felt my defender right here. I just took a dribble, 1-2, and I went up for my shot. And I felt it, like, I was like, okay, that's a good shot. Like, regardless if I made or missed it, I was gonna be okay with myself. Like, you did what you were supposed to do. And then I saw it bank in and I was just like, yes, like, thank you, Jesus. Like, oh my God.
Dang,
That's the excitement we were looking for on Thursday.
Yes, yes. That was the excitement that you needed.
That was beautiful. You just dropped. I could tell that it really affected you because when you drop instantly as an athlete, it's like a whole weight was taken off of your shoulders, you know? And as
Yeah.
soon as that shot went in, you just dropped with your hands like this. Like, that's pure emotion. And I love that you play so emotional and that you do put your passion into everything that you do. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We got to see, well, George got to see it live. I get to see her live, every Thursday. You guys can check her out, I believe, at the WUBA. Next year it's P4E, and also Basketball Beauties you're still doing as well.
Yes.
Okay, so definitely check her out there. Okay, let's get off the court a little bit. You don't just do basketball. We're gonna again de-humble you because you do so much other stuff. You're a model. We definitely want to talk about that, especially those SpongeBob shoes. I'm like, are you serious right now? Okay, so let's talk about your modeling career. You're not just a model. You're an advocate as well, and you're a Nike influencer. What the heck is that?
So modeling thing kind of started about a year after I got out of college. So I had went to a Nike event and met this wonderful person named Tracy. I love her to death. And we built a connection. And she had got my girlfriend on the phone and asked my girlfriend if she had wanted to do a shoot. And at the time, Sam's availability didn't work out with the actual shoot date. So she asked me, she's like, do you want to fill in? Like, you can be this role for this much, for that, and everything. I was like, yeah, like, of course I want to do that. So I literally had an opportunity handed to me. And so that I had got to the school, like, I believe it was in a couple days. And I got to the school pretty early, like 8 a.m. And there's like about 5 other guys there just like warming up and stuff. There's like a whole truck outside with a buffet of food, like hash browns, bacon, fruit, and everything you could think of. And I go in, like I get my hair and makeup done. And like I finally start meeting other people, and these guys, like they're like super down to earth. Like everybody there is so like supportive and nice. Like they're so smart. Like their visions. Like once you get to see like from behind the camera and you see what they did, I'm like, wow, like you guys are really like intentional and smart with like the way you put things together. And so how I found out I was on the billboard, my friend actually texted me after a Sparks game, and she's like, oh, like I see your picture up by Staples Center, like you look really good. I'm like,
What?
I don't have a picture of it. But
Wow.
like, oh, she's like, well, you should go check it out. She sent me a picture. We literally ran outside, we're looking at it, we're like going crazy. Like I'm telling everybody, I'm like, Dad, like come over here right now, like put me on the billboard. And so like, like we took pictures behind it, like it was really meaningful. My came by and we all just like got some film behind it, so it was really fun. That's kind of how
it must have been so crazy. You won championships, you won MVPs, but to see your face on a billboard in downtown LA, what was going through you? I know what you just said, that you called everybody, but what emotions were going through you at that time? I
literally couldn't believe it. Like I kept staring up there, like watching it replay. I'm waiting for my face to come back. I'm like, that's just not me. I'm like, that is not me. Like I don't understand. But it was honestly like it gave me a lot of hope, even more motivation to keep going and pursuing my dreams, because that meant it felt like somebody saw me, like I'm being seen, like, oh, like I'm being acknowledged, like it was like a thank you or like congratulations, good job. I was like, dang, I didn't really realize how much I needed that. Yeah. This is coming right after my mom had passed away, and she loved, like I know she would have loved to see me up there. So it was like a lot of it was some joy, it was some sadness. I was proud of myself. At the same time, I was like, dang, but she can't see it. Like, is it really? It was a lot of emotions to go through. It was a lot. Yeah.
Well, with that said, what would you say to a young and upcoming model or even model athlete that is having either confidence issues or going through a death or a breakup or, you know, a lost child or any of that kind of stuff, anything devastating to get to this point. And when they do get to it, like what feelings do you think they should feel?
My advice would be to do the work early. That being said, your character matters. And so on that billboard, we had the opportunity to write one word or one phrase that will sum up like your career basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote representation matters. And that's something that I like to live by too, because that could be used for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it wasn't for like the Penny Tollers, the Maya Moores, the Sylvia Fowles, like
Mm-hmm.
that Black girls can play basketball too. Like there's so many like steps and there's so many people who can be in different positions to be successful. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So true.
It's something like modeling is something that you want to do, like put yourself fully in that position. Like make sure you're taking photos every day, make sure you're
Mm-hmm.
learning. Like why not watch America's Next Top Model? Like they always give like good or bad, like to listen, apply it, take it. And always work hard towards your dreams. Never be afraid to ask for help, because you'll never know how they'll help you or how you can help them too.
Yeah, you never know what doors are going to open, and you have to keep that positive attitude. Don't be that ignorant, stuck up. You know, they have those everywhere. Okay, before we jump into the Nike thing, you were in an Olympic commercial. Talk to me about that.
So that one was actually a rush call. It was Stan, my girlfriend, had got that call. And one of the players that she trained, they needed actual basketball players because the ones that the production chose, they didn't really play. So they were sitting there. They're very beautiful people, but they couldn't dribble the ball. They didn't know how to really or know the ins and outs of basketball. So they brought about five different players to come and fill in for them. And so we got to see this young lady. She's a really amazing basketball player. She was only 11 at the time.
Oh, wow.
She was going to have her own Olympic commercial. I was like, that's so dope. Like, you're doing a great.
At a young age, too.
That's crazy.
Right. So that one, it was really focused like on her and kind of like her journey, like her growing up and being in the WNBA.
Okay.
And she was playing against the older people who were already there.
Uh-huh.
So
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you gotta send us a clip of that. That would be dope to see.
I know. I wish I'd had that. I wish I did.
Yeah, that would sound dope, because it's giving inspiration to young ones, boys or girls, you know. And then here you are being that example, you know, of what a true basketball beauty is. You know, you can be beautiful and still be awesome on the court and still be a great example as a person, which is what basketball beauties are all about. Awesome.
They could do both.
Yes. Oh, truth. And we met so many of you guys from the league, so many. And I hope we bring you guys back for episode 50. That's why I want to get you all together for episode 50. I think it'll be super, super, super cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to have Jay Peezy on for one of them.
Yes.
MVPs, one-time champion. She has a good resume going right there, Ricky.
Yeah. Oh, we got more, bro. We got more. Okay, so we talked about the modeling thing. How did you get in touch with Nike? Like, you became a Nike influence. Nike's my jam. Like, I never could afford it growing up, but you're getting this stuff for free, girl. Talk to me.
So, like I mentioned before, I had a rep before, and I was just blessed. I can just say only that after I had did that billboard with Nike, like it was kind of like my stepping stone with the company. So yeah, I would just go volunteer at the events. Anything that Sam did, I was right there beside her, like whatever she needed, I did for them. If they needed me to clean up, if they needed me just to take time, something small, simple. I went there and I did that, and they blessed me with a lot of beautiful shoes, like clothes. Like I was just really grateful for all of that, because it's not something that it was never a goal of mine. It's not dreamed of. It's not something that I've like, oh, I need that, or like that was my whole reason why. I was just really blessed.
Absolutely.
Position.
Yeah, the door was open and you went right into it, and it took you to places that you never could dreamed of, right?
Right. That's exactly.
Crazy. Can you tell me the difference real quick between a model and an influencer?
So my definition of an influencer would be someone that kind of sways the majority to their liking. So I could influence you to probably like Stephen Curry more. I can give you a reason why you should give him a chance over another person, or why he's better than this person. Being a model is like you're showing your product like this. I need to make sure if this is hairspray, so I need to make sure my hair is like all nice and curled and looking good. You have to really like sell your product.
Okay.
Yeah, advertise it. And
Got it. Yeah, because I've done the advertising thing. I'm trained in advertising, but I never really knew the difference between those two things. So, okay, cool. All right, let's get to what everybody wants to know about. I don't like SpongeBob. I'm not a big SpongeBob fan. I'm sorry, I never have been. But when I saw,
I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob is tight.
No, don't hate me yet. When I saw those shoes, Peezy, I was dying. Do you have them anywhere? Can you possibly pull them out? Like, we have to see these.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Wait till you see these, George. Wait till you see these.
Let's see.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa. So what's next? You'll have her own signature shoe?
Oh, that's happening.
Oh,
The Jay Peezys?
The Jay
the JPs. That's dope. I gotta do
The
that.
JP. Yeah, I
The
mean, we were talking
JPs.
about that while we were doing the game. We're like, oh, JP's gonna have her own shoe one day. It's
Oh,
gonna
I would love that. I would love that.
$39.99. Get them autographed while you
before.
can.
Yeah, seriously, right? Now she'd be like Curry. She'll just take them off and give them to people like after the game. You know,
Or she could have a shoe signing in Long Beach.
there you go. Look at it. You already got it. You already got a manager. There you go. A promoter and everything. Before we jump into anything else, I want to know the story behind these shoes. Like, you don't just randomly get SpongeBob shoes out of nowhere, especially ones by Nike. They didn't even know they made them.
So these were definitely a blessing. I think these were the third pair that I had got from them at that time, and I didn't know I was getting them. My girlfriend's the one that gets the stuff. So I'm going with her, and my rep surprised me. I was like, "You got shoes for me too?" I was like, "Okay, I'm about to cry a little bit." Opening them, I'm like, "Oh my God!" It's my childhood on my feet.
Right, I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
on my court feet. Like, I don't Vans or something. Like, I love Vans. Don't get me wrong, but they're not.
My Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, bring it back old school. But like, I was really shocked. I was really happy to have them, and I actually wore them, I believe, my first game back to the Beauties League that year. But I'm not like the biggest shoe head. I'm not a sneaker head like that. So I'm on release dates and stuff like that. And people are coming to me like, "How did you get those?" I was like, "I don't know, go to the store or something." Like,
wow.
And she's like, "No, these won't come out until a certain date." I was like,
wow.
"Okay, I see how it is now. I see where it's going." So that kind of like helped me or made me shift my focus, because now I had to think about, okay, I see where everything's going.
Yeah.
And with the Patrick ones, and I used to have the Sandys.
Yeah, Patrick and Sandys also?
The Sandys got stolen.
Dang, girl.
Oh man.
You gotta watch out, those SpongeBob freaks, man. They're diehard. Like,
right.
kind of like Star Wars fans. They get crazy for stuff. That's nuts. That's so cool though. Like, I swear, PZ, I was almost in tears. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my God, these are too cool for school. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't even like SpongeBob, but I want to rock them. Like, I was like, these are too cool. I mean, we always had like the Velcro shoes with like the superhero on them and stuff.
Yeah.
But those were beasts, and I was like,
I might have to cop a pair to play in one.
Right.
Kyrie's are great shoes to hoop in.
Yeah, shout out to the Kyries. All right, now they got to get off SpongeBob mode. Okay, out of SpongeBob mode, you also kill it, as we saw in the video, from behind the arch. All right, you're the queen of the threes. Hey, whether you like it or not, you are the queen of the threes. You won 3-point competitions. What were those like, and where did you do those at?
Oh, so the 3-point competition was actually in Chatsworth after, I believe, my first year with the Beauties League.
Okay.
And they had actually, I was never like in the runnings to be in the 3-point contest at all. I actually submitted myself, I saw the list of people and I was like, I need to be on this list. Like, I want to.
They need to put some respect on you.
Yeah,
they had a lot of shooters on the team, so I'm like, I want to be with the rest of these great shooters. So I hit Jude up and I was like, is there any way like I could be, a part of it? She's like, it's closed right now, but if you were to get yourself voted in, I will let you do it. So my story, everybody vote for me. Nice. I'm over like all types of moves. I'm in the gym 24/7 working on my shot. And sure enough, I got voted in and I was able to compete with them.
Not only that, but you beat them.
I did.
Just say it. Stop being so humble. She kills it from behind the arch, you guys. Like, you guys have not seen her Instagram. Get on her Instagram, and oh my God, I was watching it. And I was like, forget this. No, there's no way. She takes 20 shots in a row from behind the arch. I can't even make it from the stripe.
Ricky, let me add to that. And it's not only a 3. No, let me add to that. It's not only a 3. She shoots at least 5 feet beyond the arc and makes it so easy.
Well, falling.
So the slogan will be like, here's my slogan that I thought of just now. Jay Peezy making a 3 so easy.
Okay.
Do you like that, Ricky? That was a good one, right?
There you go. That was good. I will give you that.
Jay Peezy making things so easy.
Making things so easy.
Peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what your show is today. Again, you're listening.
I'll make t-shirts. Make t-shirts.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
I'll do that.
Before any of this happened, like I was never considered a shooter. In college, my percentage was like 11% my freshman year. I am not.
What? No.
I will not lie to you. But my junior year, my summer, I had went to the strawberry festival with my mom. We're looking at other things and I see this one little booth and it has a bunch of cut up license plates. So we go over there. She's like, you can create your own word. You can have it be like the word for the year, or you could just like, just make a license plate out of different license plates. I'm like, oh, that's
cool.
So I chose the word focus because that's something my mom always has to tell me, like, you got to focus in, like whenever it's really like, tough or you hear a whole bunch of shit, like you got to focus in on what you got to. So I got that on and I was like, okay, well, what do you want to focus on? I was like, I want to continue. I want to get my 3-point shot up. Like I want to be the best 3-point shooter that I can be. So when I tell you that I was shooting hundreds of shots a day, like I was not lying. I had keys to a gym because I coached in college at Whittier. That's where I will always be hours at a time, just shooting threes, just trying to get my game right.
Wow.
So fast forward to the end of my senior year, the beginning of my senior year, I had got interviewed by our local news station, the newspaper. And the title of that came out and it said focus in. I had never mentioned like that story to him about. He thought of that whole entire vision and he had it there. I was like, everything is connected now.
Wow.
By the time my senior year came, I actually was the number 1 3-point shooter at 41% behind the line.
Hey, there you go.
Drop the mic. There it is.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Dang, she's up there with Jana Bandy, maybe better.
I love it.
Ricky.
No, I watching that Instagram, even before I got to know you, Peezy, I was like, holy crap, are you freaking kidding me? Like 20, 30 in a row. I was like, jaw drop, like the cartoon where you jaw drop and the tongue falls out. Like that was me. I was like,
man.
Hey, she wants to be like Curry and shooting, like making 100 threes in a row.
There you go. We got to get you into one of those all-star, like celebrity all-star games or something where you can go up like one-on-one with Curry or something. That would be dope. That would be dope. That'd be dope. Gotta get your agent or someone to say something because we gotta make that. We'll talk to Chick. We'll talk to Aaron to see if Showtime can get her something with Curry because Aaron's buddy with Curry now, so we should make that happen. I got one more thing I want to ask you about, and then we'll jump into our little 5-question ending that we usually do. Thank you again, Peezy, for I know you just worked. I know you're always on the run doing your bowling thing, and you're awesome. Well, we already love you anyway, but getting really into detail of your life is really cool, and it's going to help affect someone, someone who lost their mom, somebody who's going through something, trying to pursue a career other than what they're doing, whether it's sports and like, okay, well, what if I get hurt? What if this? I need something to fall back on, and you have all this stuff, including something we haven't talked about. Defy Your Legacy. You're part of Defy Your Legacy, or you started Defy Your Legacy. Can you explain to us what that is, please?
So Defend Your Legacy
Defend.
is
I apologize.
okay.
Defend Your Legacy.
It's
Come on,
actually
Ricky.
Stan's business, and she started in 2012.
Okay.
And I came on the team up like 2018, and I was there just being her assistant, helping her schedule clients, helping her with training. And when we come home, like we're filming, we're making sure that we have content out for her page. So that was where my role was in Defend Your Legacy. So that is a training company that is telling you to defend your legacy on and off the court.
Oh, I love that.
She's really big on what's the point of being on the court if you're gonna be or act your asshole off the court. Like you do one thing off the court and you can't do it, but you think you about to come on the court and just play and just tell people what to do. We're not about to do that. So she really teaches a lot of life lessons while also working on your craft.
I love that. I mean, that's the best coaches are like the best side parents. I mean, Coach Don doesn't like to be called dad, but I swear he's not a brother figure. He's a father figure to so many players, to men and women. I mean, so many stories. I mean, Drewski just got MVP of the Drew League.
Nice.
Was it the other day? So shout out to him. Drew's been through so much.
Shout out to Logo Drew.
Logo Drew. But I know a lot of you ladies, you guys have been through a lot as well. You know, we've heard many, many, many stories over the last couple months. Some of them I'm just like, wow, I can't even believe you're still standing, you know, let alone shining, you know. And that's what you ladies do, you know, and that's why we promote you guys so much. And we freaking love you guys so much. You know, you guys, that's what you guys do. So I can see you, again, I said this earlier, but I can see you, Peezy, being that mentor figure, being that one coach that's just like, hey, look, I went through this. This is how I pursued. Yeah, you're killer on the court, but you need to carry that into your life and change somebody else's life, and you carry that over and carry that over. So definitely don't change that about yourself. You also did the Derek Fisher basketball clinic. What was that? What'd you do?
So we were able to Sam was able to have, I think, 4 assistant coaches to help a camp. I believe it was a 2-day camp. And we had everybody separate in groups. So you got to go, I believe Sam had ball handling. She had another coach named Earl, who actually coaches for Gage. I think he worked on the passing our defense. We had Heather, who was actually me and Sam's trainer to do conditioning. And then we had another coach named Fernando who worked on, I believe, team offense and team defense.
Cool. That's so cool that you guys separate it like that, you know? I've always, when I coached the Little League, I would do that. I'd do little clinics. It's just, well, it's easier because you can focus on just one thing and then, 20 minutes, go to the next thing, 20 minutes, go to the next thing. You know, it's just better than having to make it so broad. And like, okay, guys, we're gonna do like 7 things today, you know, and the kids are like, what, you know? But that's awesome that you did that. I think that's super cool. Did you get to meet Mr. Point 4 himself?
Yes.
Okay. What was that like?
Hey, did he tell you how to make that 0.4 second shot? Is that where you got it from when you released that shot and hit that game winner?
We didn't talk about none of that.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Like Earth guy, very, very smart about the game. It's really fun to like watch him and Sam like really chop up basketball because they're both so smart and so knowledgeable about what they know. So just even being around their presence is like it's a lot, or it's everything. But no, we're actually like it's more of like a chill. Like I could go up to him and say, "What's up?" You give me a hug. We went to his birthday party, I believe, like 2 years ago. He's a really like dope like guy. He definitely wants to get back to his community. So we was just really happy to help him out. He had did 2 clinics. One was his own, the one I had just told you about, and the other one was the 92.3.
Okay, and that one also.
Yeah, that was the one that we had did at the Boys and Girls Club, and it was so lit. Like Big Boy came and he was the kids up. But it's so funny because like the parents are happy because they know who Big Boy is, but the kids are like, Big Boy.
Yeah, they're like, who's this guy? And he's not even Big Boy, finger quotes to them, because we knew him when he was Big Boy. You know, yeah, Big Boy's dope. Big Boy.
Hello.
Shout out, Big Boy's neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, I love Big Boy. With the radio school I went to, we had to interview somebody as part of our major, kind of like our final, and a lot of students interviewed him, and he would come and do the interview with them and just give them information and advice and stuff. And I love it when people give back. So that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. This next part I saved for last on purpose. Once again, you guys are listening or viewing. All Sports Media Team presents Drbl episode 49, Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy with the one and only Janelle Jay Peezy Porter, who we absolutely love. And
Making things so easy.
making things easy, shooting them threesies. Oh, we can make a Dr. Seuss book out of this. I love this.
For real.
And if I
We
get
can
sued,
even
we
make a
better
rap
not
out of
Dr.
this
Seuss.
too.
You know, we might hurt somebody's feelings with Dr. Seuss. Better not. God, not even gonna get into that. Anyway, I hate
T-shirts coming in soon. T-shirts
I
coming in
hate
soon.
political correctness, JPZ, as you can tell. I can't stand political correctness, which is hard when you're in media because you have to be PC a lot. So it's really, really hard. Okay, serious moment. You're a big BLM advocate. Have you been to any marches? Have you done any speeches? Have you been to any speeches? What have you done as being part of a BLM advocate?
So I've been to one march, and that was, I believe, during quarantine.
Okay.
I Speak Up in Drbl march that was out here in, I believe, Santa Monica, and it was definitely like eye-opening because it's different when you see it on the news or you see it on Twitter or you're watching somebody in a march go by. It's so different being in it and then bringing basketball into the space as well. I met a lot of dope people that I still connect with today. And during one of those times, we pulled over to, it was a Kobe and Gigi mural, and it had George Floyd next to it too. And we had, I believe his name was Coach Walker. He had us go through 8 minutes of dribbling drill straight. So we couldn't stop dribbling, like no matter what. Like if you lost it, well, go pick it up and keep dribbling again. Like it was different, and it was definitely like, it hurt because at the time, like I was just pissed, like many emotions running through, and like as you see, like it's a year later and the emotions are still here. He's being sentenced for less time than what he should be. So it's like that.
I agree with you. It should be more.
It should be a lot more than that.
A lot more, a whole lot more.
Or have been extended so long, and it's how many more times I have to keep going through this.
No, I totally agree with you. Being a Latino myself, I'm not BLM obviously, but we've also suffered a lot as well. But I'm right there with you. Like this 27 years or something like that. That's asinine. You know, I personally think if you murder someone, you should be locked up for life. You know, that's just my personal belief. I've known people who have killed people. You know, yes, they're my friends. Yes, I've given them a second chance, but something as cold-blooded as that, like, what are we doing?
Never get a second
what are we
chance.
doing? You know, no. You know, there's certain things that you shouldn't get a second chance for. You know, one of them, cold-blooded murder, like premeditated. You know, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm doing, or anything to do with the child, anything harmless, anything like that. Just take them out. That's just personally what I think.
And then it just sucks that like you murdered that person, and yet you're supposed to be a police officer protecting our country, but yet you do something like this. Like that's just setting a bad example of what us Black people or as minorities have to go through each and every day.
The trust level and the connection just isn't there anymore. So.
Exactly.
And it's sad because there is, I'm on TikTok and I'm on other things. I'm an advocate for BLM. I am, because I love you guys and I love, you know, all our guys as well. I love George, you know, but I also have cop friends. I know my ex's family, a lot of them are in law enforcement, and I'm worried for them daily, you know, stuff like that. I have military cops that are best friends of mine, you know, regular cops, and I hear stories of things that they're going through. But then, you know, you guys go through the stuff that you go through daily, you know. I've been there. I rolled up to Lakewood. I used to drive a Mustang. So I was 21 years old, driving a Mustang. And Latino guy rolling up to Lakewood, 10 o'clock at night in a Mustang, must be stolen. You know, they threw me out of the car. They started searching my car against my will. Like I got thrown on the hood. Like things like that. And just, you should not have to train your kids to have to go through that, you know, and it's sad that we do. So,
Right.
so I mean, all you can do, honestly, this isn't going away, unfortunately, is just try, like you do, Peezy, try to be as positive as you can, as much as you can with all ages, you know, not just kids. Be like, especially the ones that the adults that are just giving up hope.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be like, well, even if you've given up, you got to train these kids like something
Right.
can change. You can make a change, you know. And some things have changed, but not. It needs to change so much more. I mean, little things have changed, but it's ridiculous. So
Each has to teach one.
absolutely, absolutely. Sorry for you guys that are watching or listening. We do go from laughing to crying to arguing to yelling. Like that's just how this show is. We're real. We don't have a filter. We don't believe in filters. We want what's really going on, you know. And I appreciate you being so real about this, being so authentic about this, and George, you as well. All right. So with that said, we've already covered your modeling, we've covered your influence, and we covered your amazing basketball career, which is still going, just putting that out there. But now it's time for me and George to have a little bit of fun. I do got one question that we usually ask first, and after that we have 3 silly questions. My first question is, you mentioned your girlfriend, you mentioned coach, you mentioned Fisher, you mentioned your teammates. Who was your motivation growing up? Or even
Growing, my motivation was really my mom and my dad. I had a really great model growing up. I had both my parents. I was so blessed to have both my parents in my life for as long as I did. Your sister, a younger brother, my family, like I could point to my left and right, and I know my aunt, my grandma, my uncle, my grandpa. Like I was really blessed to know my family. So they always made sure I was in positions to succeed and to get better and to be more knowledgeable. My mom always had basketball on, so like I was able to even see the kind of players like she's saying like oohs and ahs for. I'm like, okay, well, who, you know, saying that to was always my war. Instantly became one of my favorite players. I'm like, okay, like she's gonna ooh and ah what I do because I know she does it when she watch her. So just have all of those, like I said, representation matters. So even having those kind of people like around me, like that's where my motivation stems from.
Love it. With a follow-up question to that, you saying ooh and ah, you're a young girl, you know, who was your first player, whether it's WNBA, NBA, or both, that made you say ooh or ah?
That's gonna be tough because I was so crazy about basketball. I was really crazy, like up like Googling who are the best point guards and like what do they do and why. I'm not kidding. I had whole notebooks like listed out. I had so many names, but I know one of the names that I first thought of were Odyssey Sims. She's one of the very first I would see.
Shout out to Odyssey Sims.
Shout out.
Yeah, Bria Hartley is also one of the players that I love watching play. She's always so energetic. She also plays with passion, and she's just so like focused in moments there is like everyone's hectic, the crowd is yelling, and she's just wow.
Like your background.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's like something out of a movie.
I love this. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that answer. With that said, our next question we usually jump into after we find out who your motivation is, because we want to see if you want to go against them. You have a chance to go one-on-one with any NBA or WNBA superstar or both. Who is it and why? I know you said Curry a lot earlier. Just throwing that out there.
I might have to say Curry again because I think I could get him.
I would pay money to see that. I'd pay money to see that. Go ahead.
Me too.
Okay, so we got Curry. Why Curry?
I would do Curry. I think because it'd be interesting guarding shooters. Don't guard me. They never have shooters guard me when it comes time to play basketball. It's always their strongest or their fastest player that's guarding me. It's never. So I'm like, okay, well, what is it going to be like having to A, guard a shooter and B, being guarded by a shooter? Like, are they going to move how I move? Or like, it's always going to be a learning experience. So regardless if I win or lose, like, I'm going to learn a lot from that.
I love it. But you can even pick it. You know, it's cool about playing against someone. You don't even have to talk to them to pick up on their game. You learn stuff from them just by watching. Okay, so that's your NBA. What about WNBA?
Oh, WNBA. Who am I going one-on-one with? I think just for fun, I definitely want to go one-on-one against Simone Augustus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That look, I just might lose. It's okay. That's fine.
No, you lose? No.
I love Simone. She has like one of the nicest pull-ups I've seen. She's just so smooth with it. She also has that sense of like calmness when she's on the court too. And like presence is a big issue. So it's she doesn't have to score or be super loud just to know that they're on the court. Like you're gonna know she's there with like her presence, like being on the court, like just having her hands up. Maybe she's telling her friend good job, or she's just saying the right thing at the right time. Echoing the, you're always gonna know she's gonna be there.
Love it. Love it. Okay. I got one more, and then I'm gonna let George take our last two. Okay, you're handed a blank check. I know you're a Cali girl. You're handed a blank check to play for any WNBA team. Are you going out or are you staying home? And why?
I'm staying home.
Okay.
Hey, okay. Sparks.
Or
there's an or.
There's an or.
I like or. Go ahead.
I might just go, 4 hours the other way and go to Vegas real quick.
Okay.
Oh, the Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
Team up with Chelsea Gray, my favorite point guard. Hey, just so you know, Chelsea Gray is one of my favorite point guards that I could ever watch when she was
putting that mildly. He gets insane when you even mention her name.
Yeah, and that hurt that she had to leave the Sparks to go to the Vegas Aces. But I know how business runs and everything. So
that same week as Candace. That was a painful week, man.
It was a painful week.
Bay was one of our favorite people to watch in the Sparks, and really tough to see our starting five just leave.
All right, Vegas Sparks. I can see you.
She wants to be with the tall girl, Cam Page, right? Isn't she like 7 foot or something?
Oh wow.
She's tall, bro.
She's so tall. She's so tough and fearless too. Like you can't say anything to her because she gonna
like that cartoon where they just step on your head.
Hey, she's like the female version of Rudy Gobert, just blocking shots.
All right.
The Stifle Tower.
Dang, that's a big acknowledgement. Wow, I like that. All right, George, go ahead and grab the last two.
All right, so hey, Jay Peezy. So I asked every player this: what's your favorite basketball movie and why, and what message you get out of it? And go ahead.
I think my favorite one, I have two. My favorite one is Through the Fire with Sebastian. And the other one is called Heart of the Game. I honestly forgot the names of the people from Heart of the Game, but basically it was just about a young girl, a lot of talent, went to a school that really wasn't at the same level as she was. So the coach was like, we need to work our way together to come together and play, go win a championship. And like they had rivalries, like she ended up getting pregnant, had to drop out, went back to school, had her baby, and still won. Like the whole documentary is just so amazing. It's gonna make you cry. And then with Through the Fire, I was just also like about passion, because I didn't know Sebastian Telfair before all of that. So it was really cool, like seeing how he would get ready for games, and like one of the plays or one of the games that he had played in, Jay-Z was on the sidelines. He had made a play and Jay-Z stands up and he's like this, like clapping and stuff. I'm like, imagine someone like Jay-Z, like you getting a standing ovation from Jay-Z.
That's
huge. That's crazy.
Like,
cool. I just think it's ironic in a funny, cool way that you pick like the two most passionate movies, because just the way that you play, I totally pick up that vibe. I love that. Yeah. All right, George, finish. What's our last one?
So my last question is, I ask every player this: who should we bring on to our show in the future? So it could be like a teammate from Breonna Taylor. It could be a teammate from Team Envy. Like, who is that next person that we should go after? And yeah, the floor is yours.
I have a teammate that I actually play in the WUBA and the Beauties League with, and her name is Takara. She's a very amazing individual. We connect.
Takara Ross.
Yes, we connected right away. She actually plays on my team for the Women's G League as well. So
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You have to give me that info, Peezy. We'll make it happen. Maybe you can surprise
yes,
pop on.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Sweet. All right. I like that. All right. What about this, George? You missed this one.
Okay.
Fab Five. Go ahead, George. Fab Five.
Oh, so who's your Fab Five? It could be anybody, any era from either WNBA or NBA, or you could like have your separate both of NBA players and then another five for WNBA players.
It could be any position, any era.
Any position, any era, dead or alive.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be kind of tough. Okay, Stephen Curry already has a spot, so let's just go with the four. I need Shaquille O'Neal.
Uh-oh. Okay.
If I have Shaquille, and I need Kobe.
Okay.
So that's 3. And now I need, oh goodness, that's a lot of spots. I'm having a blank. Okay, so we're just those 3 NBA players, and I'm gonna go with 2 WNBA players.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next person I need on that team. This is tough.
I think I know what you're gonna pick.
We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
Dude, I don't think you do.
Oh, we do.
I like what's her name? I like Courtney Vandersloot. She is a phenomenal point guard, and it was between her and Diana Taurasi. It's just I love them both. I just
So
don't
keep
know.
them both.
Okay,
Spots.
so that's who there's gonna be.
Okay, cool. Follow-up question. I mean, you got to have the GOAT, obviously. So you got both of the GOATs. You got Kobe and Taurasi, the logo. And follow-up question after, but we'll get to it in a minute. He knows where I'm going. Okay, so first off, this is a shout out to Doc since she's not here. Coming back from San Jose. Shout out to Doc. Which Shaq are we talking about? That's what she always says. Okay, which Shaq are we talking? Are we talking Orlando Shaq? Are we talking Lake Shaq? What are we talking?
Mr. I will dunk on you, push you down and stare at you, run the other way. I'm talking about Kobe's right-hand man right here.
Sure.
Hey, let's sir.
Yes.
They're 34 Shaq.
Yes.
And then which Kobe do
which
you
Kobe?
like?
Afro
Number
Kobe,
8.
MVP Kobe.
I need 2-4.
2-4 Kobe.
2-4,
Okay.
2-4 Kobe. Okay.
All right. And then I have another follow-up question. He knows where I'm going with this.
Oh,
Diana Taurasi just got made as the WNBA logo, like a year or 2 ago, I believe. And she absolutely deserves it. She's the freaking GOAT. Let's be real. There's rumors out there that Kobe Bryant was going to be the next NBA logo. They were talking about it this past year during the quarantine, and I get why. I might be kind of controversial here. I get why they were talking about it, but I still feel it's kind of early. But with that said, if they are going to persevere and keep going forward with the Kobe being the logo, do you think it should happen? And when should it happen? Like next year, 2 years? Because it should give it a little time between the death and the reveal to give it the recognition it deserves, because usually when someone dies, you're like, oh, let's give them this. Oh, it's just because they died. No, we don't want that,
I just thought of another question.
Oh, Lord. Okay, let her answer that, and then I'll go to you.
All right.
Well, I think Kobe deserves that. Not only does he exemplify what it means to be a leader, a scorer, a team player on the court, he also is the same off the court, too. He made it known with the Mamba Academy, making sure like it always women pushed first. Like if he was going to do anything, he's going to make sure his daughters were straight, his wife was straight, and he's going to push for women in sports no matter what. So even having someone like that constantly brings that type of vibe, I would want you to be the face of my league too, because those are the players that I want to attract into this league to continue to put out like those good energy and good vibes. Coach, person that can be a great person on the court and at home, like that's something that everybody can do. This is somebody that does it so consistently, so often, so like it's so impactful. So this is the model that we're looking for. I definitely would have him up there. As for the time frame, honestly, like I would have to even contact the family, because other press release for them, like that's something that they got to go see through. Everybody's gonna tag them in something. It's like you gotta think about their emotions and just have some empathy for them, because
for real.
And you know what? Shout out to Vanessa. She's done a hell of a job the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, with the controversy with the police, and then the funeral itself, and then the Hall of Fame ceremony, like she has held her composure so well. Even on social media, she's the same way. Nothing but love, you know? So shout out to Vanessa Bryant and the girls.
They definitely, her children definitely held it as well.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think you got to give it at least 2 more years and give it relevancy. What are we in, 21? So maybe 25. That'd be kind of cool. That's a nice round number, you know, big anniversary number, I guess. You know, I don't know. I just putting that out there because when I heard the rumor and I saw the sketches, I'm like, man, these are really dope, you know, and it would be another Laker, which is kind of cool too, you know. So, and then Jerry West is already all for it. So from what I've heard. So, I mean, I think it's time, you know, I really, really do. So speaking of time, we're over on ours because we can talk to you all freaking day because you're so freaking entertaining and your vibe is so positive. We don't want to leave, you know? So again, you guys are listening or watching. All Sports Media Team presents Drbl episode 49, easy peasy lemon squeezy with the queen of the threesies, Jay Peezy Porter. You know, she kills it on the court. She kills it behind the arch. She puts 100% into life. You know, she plays for the WUBA. She plays for Basketball Beauties. She's a champion in the P4E Women's League. Make sure you get her on Instagram.
Oh, don't forget she's the co-MVP for the Basketball League as well with MJ. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm down. No more Ricky rants. This is like Georgia Gross over here. What are we doing now? Yeah, she is an MVP, multiple time MVP, and probably more to come. Just saying, just throwing that out there. She's a model. She's an influencer, and she has SpongeBob Nikes or SpongeBob shoes. Like, what the heck, man? You know you're living large when you got the SpongeBob. I'm just throwing it out there.
Get those while you can in your local stores.
There you go. And maybe if you hit up Jay Peezy, she'll sign them for you. You never know. So shout out to you, Janelle Jay Peezy Porter. You're just a ray of sunshine, man. I mean, you no pun intended with your background, you know, with the illumination. Like you are a ray of sunshine. You're always smiling. You go through things just like everybody else, but you're always positive in the court. You're always trying to make things better for other people. And again, I said this earlier, but I really feel that your vibe is going to carry over to someone who's really hurting right now, who's watching this, and you're going to change somebody's life. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you guys for.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, just one more question. Sorry to cut you off.
Well, you got 2. You got your closing question.
I got one. Oh yeah, I got 2. Anyway.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll just save that for the close-up question.
All right, go ahead. Well, you're up anyway.
I'm up. Okay. So Jay Peezy, so you pretty much answered this question, but Kobe passed away a little over a year ago. So what does the Mamba mentality mean to you? Going through like what Kobe went through, like since his death, like how did your mindset change throughout that moment?
Honestly, when Kobe was with us, I really wasn't on his game like that. I never was a person to look up Kobe highlights. I always looked up either Allen Iverson, Stephen Curry, Derrick Rose. Those are the only people who I've ever wanted to see, you know, back in action. And I think after he passed, like I saw all these videos pop up and like I would listen to them and I'm like, dang, like this is what he was saying like this whole time. Like this is what he actually like says and talks about. Like, wow, I was really taken aback. I remember the first time I ever saw Kobe in person, we got to get courtside seats to a Sweet 16. I believe this was in 2017. And we were watching Duke and Oregon play. This is when Jordan Bell and Grayson
Allen.
Yes, Grayson playing as well. And I saw Kobe like in the bleachers and he's just like this the entire time. He is not smiling, not moving. I just dunked and he's still like this. He just nodded his head like that. Like one time, he's just really like studying and enjoying the game.
Always.
Yeah, and I never really understood it. And then I read up some more about it. I actually just watched this whole interview that he did at USC talking about like meditation and stuff, and how he came up with the name like the Black Mamba and everything. And I'm like, wow, like this is really powerful free game that he's just handing out to people. And I'm like, it was just amazing. And then my girlfriend actually had the amazing opportunity to work with him a few times. So the last one that she had did, I believe, was a couple days before he had passed, and they had like a WNBA combine. He taught her so much in that time, and it just even having him teach these, I think it was like maybe 6 guards, like how to be more effective with their team and like how to get more out of their workouts and stuff. Like he took the time out of his day to even do that. I believe it's like a 3-day, 4-day thing. So even like to hear the news a few days later, it was really, really, really tough. Because I had to tell my girlfriend, I woke up to my phone just buzzing. I'm like, what is going on? Everybody, Kobe died. I'm like, are y'all falling for this serious? What are you talking about? And then I hear crying outside of the door, and I walk out. Her grandma is deaf, so her crying sounds a little bit more different. So I was kind of nervous, and I looked at the TV, and it said, you just see the helicopter, you see the smoke. I was like, I gotta be dreaming. Like, I have real. And so, after like a few days, like it really starts to hit in. I'm like, dang, like at this point, I'm really thinking about like his family, like the daughters, the kids that were on the plane. Like one kid lost his whole entire family like in a day. And I'm like, it just hurt. It hurt a lot. And it definitely opened up my eyes to seeing like what he really does and made me more appreciative of him, definitely.
Awesome answer. Do you have a closeout question, George, or was that your closeout question?
No, that was pretty much my closeout question.
That's a good closeout question. I can't top that. Now that we're almost crying. Again, there we go with that roller coaster. I'm telling you. Mine's not as serious. Usually I'm the one with the serious question, but okay. With so many accomplishments under your belt, and I know you're super humble and you don't want to throw them all out there, but I am multiple-time MVP, multiple-time champion, 3-point queen, amongst other things, model, influencer, BLM advocate, a coach. You've done so many things and you're still super young. We still got a lot to come. What's next for Jay Peezy?
Oh, what's next? My own personal brand. So I will be launching a clothing line.
Yes.
Pretty soon. So
all right.
A little preview for All Sports Media. All Sports Media team. Some with that you can't get in trouble with. Are we talking shirts? Are we talking shorts?
Hey, Ricky.
What are we talking?
Ricky, don't get it. Hey, don't get us in trouble for tampering.
I'm not tampering. What other team? We don't have any other shows against us.
I'm joking.
Are we looking like athletic wear? Or are we looking for kids?
Yeah.
She can't get for that. Come on.
It's definitely going to play into the side of like, me being me, and then also a menace. So it has to have both sides.
I like it. All right. Well, you definitely, when you get that out, let us know. We'll promote the crap out of that thing. Even if you get like a crop top, we'll get George to wear it or something. The queen of the threes.
I'm good.
Jay Peezy, queen of the threesies, with the 3-point shot where you're falling away. Oh,
and if you try to give it to me, I have 2 sisters, so I'll give it to one of them.
It was supposed to be funny. Damn you, George. Damn you to heck.
Sorry, I had to shut you down right there, Ricky.
Anyway, Janelle, you're freaking awesome. I'm laughing, crying. I'm dying over here. But like I said, you're a great example. Just keep being you, girl, because you're freaking awesome. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And you better come back for episode 50. I'm gonna give you guys a couple weeks. And we're gonna episode 50. I need all y'all back because
if you want, bring your whole Breonna Taylor team together as well.
We're gonna have enough screens. I want to hear all the different stories y'all have together. Usually that show's about 2 hours. We try to make it so you guys just have fun with each other, So that'd be really cool. So with that said, I want to say thank you to Janelle Jay Peezy Porter. I want to say thank you to my dude George. So thank you to the whole All Sports Media team. We're doing this a day later than we usually do, but it's all good in the hood. Everybody's been working, everybody's tired, but everybody came together to make this happen. So thank you so much for that. Stay safe out there. I know y'all don't have to wear masks, but if you feel comfortable wearing them, go ahead. If you don't want it, that's fine too. Regardless of what side you're on, don't harass anybody, all right? Because the world is too hard right now. Life is too short to be stressing the small stuff. All right. We love you guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye. Thank you guys.